get Chris McLaughlin. If you haven't heard about him, you will, because he's a really good diver. He put the record up on our board last year, and he's already broken it again this year, twice.
Right now, you see people just setting up for the diving. It takes a lot of effort to like,
Alex
put the
Lott.
diving boards down after each of meet. And then we also have to move the flags across, which is a real pain.
It's AJ Gunn, another good diver this year. Hank, freshman.
Yeah, there we go. We have Chris McLaughlin's old record. I believe now it's 280 for the 6 dives.
Yeah. He scored that in the first meet last year, and he broke it the first meet this year.
Yeah.
Sadly, he was an exhibition that meet, so he did not score.
But then the very next home meet, he came and broke it, and they haven't put it up yet for him. They also have him, he broke the record for 11 dives during our invitational. He broke the boys varsity record. He set it at 440 some points. It's pretty incredible. He probably will be going to college, knock on wood.
He made, what is it called?
All-American.
Yeah, All-American.
As a diver, as a freshman, too. I think that's the first.
Top 100. And he was in the top 25 of it, but they don't have a name for that.
Yeah, I think he was the first Hazlitt.
Second, there was a female diver.
First Hazlitt freshman, though.
Oh, yeah, freshman.
To get All-American, which is really amazing.
Divers warming up. There's Chris.
So the divers now are just pretty much warming up, getting used to the boards, getting their legs stretched out and stuff. For Hazlitt divers, we have a freshman, Hank Hilligoss, junior, Andrew O'Mara, sophomore, Chris McLaughlin, senior, AJ Gunn, junior, Gabe Griffith. No, not Gabe Griffith.
Nestor.
Gabe Nestor. And I think Iowa has 1 or possibly 2 divers competing tonight. They have 2 divers competing here tonight.
The diving coach is Bruce Foster, and he's been coaching just this year, I believe.
short break while the divers get warmed up. All right, here we go. We're back, and AJ Gunn was our first diver, and he just did an inward dive at the difficulty of 1.5. Judges' awards are 5, 5.5, 6.5.
Why don't you announce the order of diving so you guys are ready? Following AJ will be Gabriel Nestor from Hazlitt. Following Gabriel will be Andrew O'Mara.
Next diver
From
up
Hazlitt,
is
diving
Gabe
fourth will
Nestor.
be Connor
He'll be
Bennett
doing
from
an
Iona.
inward dive
Diving fifth
at
will be Nate
difficulty
Flagermars from
1.5.
Hazlitt. Diving sixth will be Josh Taylor from Iona. And closing us out in the round will be Chris McLaughlin from Hazlitt. Next up,
Andrew Buman had to leave us to get changed for his event that will be coming up shortly after the dives. We have Corey Drzwicki here with me now to take his place.
Hello, Corey.
So here we go. It's Gabe Nestor, a little bit over rotating. Judges award 4, 4, 4.5.
next up,
Both divers were from Hazlitt. Here we have Andrew O'Mara from Hazlitt.
somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 1.6.
He will do a inward somersault, which is front flip from the inward position. It's a difficulty of 1.6. Good dive. He straightened out his body going into the water, which was very nice.
Clean entry.
Judges award 5, 6.5, 7. It's a very good dive for Andrew.
Connor will do dive
Next up, we have
4.2C,
Connor
inward somersault
Bennett
in
from
tuck
Iona.
position.
Or
Degree of difficulty 1.6.
he's going to be doing an inward 1 somersault. Again, a very nice dive. Straighten his body out, entering the water.
Pretty clean entry.
Judges awards 5, 5.5, 6.
Judges award 5, 5.5, 6.
Next up, Hank. Hank will do dive 4.1B.
Next up, we have Hank.
In the pike position.
Oh,
Degree of difficulty 1.5.
It's like Hank Flagermars.
he's a freshman this year. He would be doing an inward dive, difficulty 1.5. Judges award 6, 6, 7.
Very
Next
clean
up.
entry on that one.
We have a name. His name was Hank Plegamos. Next up, we have Josh from Iona. He'll be doing an inward dive, difficulty of 1.5. Good dive. He tucked up real nicely, then entered the water.
Very clean.
Judges award 5, 5.5, 5. Next up, we have Chris McLaughlin. He's going to be doing dive number 4.1B, which is an inward dive, difficulty 1.5. Very nice. He tucked up or he did the pike position, which is extremely impressive to do. It's a real hard dive to do.
He's a
Judges
very,
Award
very
7,
good diver.
8, and 8. Just very hard to get that high in high school diving.
Beginning the second round of diving, A.J. Gunn.
Here we go on to the second round, starting with AJ Gunn. He's going to be doing dive number 103B, forward 1.5 somersault. Difficulty 1.7. Very nice. You want to look for no splash when you do a dive. That was a good example of no splash. We have the judges' awards 7, 6, and 6.
Total award 32.3. Next up, Gabe.
Next up, we have Gabe doing dive number 402C, which is an inward 1 somersault. Difficulty on that's a little bit more than inward dive. It's 1.6. Very nice. He didn't quite extend the legs, but it was still, he got the full somersault in there. Judges Awards 5, 4, 5.
Next up, Andrew.
Next up, we have Andrew. He's going to be doing dive 403C, which is an inward 1.5 somersault. Difficulty 2.2. It's very nice dive right there.
Very nice.
Got the full 1.5 in. Judges Awards of 5.5, 5, and 6. Next up, Connor from Iona.
Inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty 2.2.
Connor will be doing an inward 1.5 somersault. Difficulty 2.2. Not quite get all the way around on that last half, but it was still a nice dive.
Yep, very clean.
Judges Awards 4.5, 4, and 4.5.
Next up, Hank. Hank will do dive 403C.
Next up, we have Hank. He's also is going to be doing an inward 1.5. Inward dives are always a hard dive to do because you always have to, I mean, you worry about hitting your head on those boards. That was incredible. I mean, that was an awesome dive right there.
Very nice.
I mean, entering the water, there was almost no splash. Judges Award 6, 6.5, 7.5.
Next up, Josh. Josh will do dive 403C.
Next up, we have Josh doing an inward 1.5.
Difficulty 2.2.
Again, nice dive by Iona's Josh Taylor. Judges Award 4.5, 5.5, 4. 10 round number 2, we have Chris McLaughlin.
Do dive 403B. Inward 1.5 somersault in the pike position.
Again, we have an inward 1.5, but Chris will be doing it in the piked position, which means he has to have his legs extended. That was extremely close to the board. That had me nervous, but he pulled that off excellently.
It was very nice.
Moving on to round 3, AJ Gunn will be coming up. Chris's score was a 6, 6.5, and 6.5. AJ will be doing a forward 2 somersault, which is 2 complete flips in the air. A little bit over rotating on the end there, but it was still a nice clean dive.
Very nice.
Judges award 5.5, 5, and 5.
Next up, Gabe. Gabe will do dive 103C.
Next up, we got Gabe doing a forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Tuck position is when you bring your knees up to your chest. And kind of wrap up like a cannonball when you go to spin. It's a very nice dive. Judges award 4.5, 4, and 4.
Next up, Andrew. Andrew will do dive 104C. Forward 2 somersaults in the tuck position. 3 difficulty,
Andrew
2.2.
will be doing a forward 2 somersault. Again, that's 2 flips in the air. That was a lot better than his previous dives at other meets. I mean, that was really nice. He had the vertical going into the water.
Judges awards.
Judges awards 5.5, 6.5, and 7.
41.8. Next up, Connor. Connor will do dive 52.22D. Back 1 somersault, 1 twist in the free position.
Next up, we got Connor. He will be doing a back full somersault with a full twist. We only got the half a twist in there, but they didn't disqualify it. I'm not sure, maybe they wrote down that he was doing a half a rotate instead. Oh, nope, that was a failed dive because he did not get the full rotation in there. Next up, we have Hank from Hazlitt. He's going to be doing a forward 2 somersault. That was really nice.
Very nice.
I mean, it's key to get your body going straight by the time your feet touch the water, because that'll minimize your splash. Waiting for the judges' scores. That's Josh Taylor from Iona waiting to get up on the board for his next dive. Judges' awards for Hank are 7, 6.5, and 7. Josh is going to be doing a forward somersault with one twist.
41.9.
Very nice dive. I believe he got the full twist in there. But did he rotate too much? I believe he did. Waiting for the judges on this last score of Josh's dive.
Judges awards.
Oh, judges awards, 5, 5, and 7.
32.3. Correction.
Oh, wait, we have a correction in there.
Judges awards. 5, 5,
Oh,
5.5.
five.
Total award
The
29.25.
judges' scores were 5, 5, and 5.5.
Next up, Chris. Chris will do dive 105 feet.
Next up, we have Chris
Forward 2.5
McLaughlin.
somersaults.
He's going to be doing
Pike
2.5
position.
somersaults
Degree of
in
difficulty
the
2.6.
tuck position. It's a really hard dive to get all the way around twice, plus to get in that diving position. And Chris just makes it look easy every time.
Again, Chris is a very, very good diver.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, he was an All-American his freshman year, which is very, very good. So that's the end of round 3. We have 3 more rounds. Each diver does 6 dives. We're waiting on the judges' scores. Judges' awards, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5.
Beginning the fourth round of diving, AJ. AJ will do dive 203C.
Starting round 4, we're doing AJ Gunn. He's going to be doing a back
Difficulty
1.5 somersault. Ooh, not quite all the way around. Will the judges accept it though?
Almost seemed like he landed on his back there.
Yeah, looked like it may have stung. Judges awards, 4, 3, 4. They scored high school diving the same as they do Olympic diving, so that's why you don't see a lot of high scores in diving.
Next up, Gabe. Gabe will do dive 301C, reverse dive, in tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Next up, Gabe. He'll be doing a reverse dive. Judges award 4, 3.5, 4. correction, we have 4.5, 4, 4.5.
Divers, relax for just a second. We got a computer problem we got to sort out here.
The judges are having a few technical difficulties that they're trying to figure out with the scoring. They have little press pads that plug into the wall that read to a computer in another room, and it looks like they're having a few problems with those. We have the diving coach trying to figure that out. The two guys in white are the officials that we have here today. The judges that judge the diving are one coach from each team. The Hazlitt coach is the one with his back to us. The Iona coach is the female that you can't quite see in the shot. And then one of the officials.
The one official on the right actually lives a few doors down from me. I know him pretty well.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Next up, Andrew. Andrew will do dive 202A. Back
Alright, looks like they got that all figured out. We have Andrew O'Mara doing a back somersault in the tuck position. Oh, it was actually back somersault in the straight position, which is a very difficult thing to do, to be able to get your body to rotate all the way in that straight position. Judges award 6.5, 6.5, 5.5.
back to somersaults in the top position. Degree of difficulty 2.2.
Next up, Connor from Iona. He's going to be doing a two back somersaults. Ooh, he didn't get his body extended on that. Do not expect a high score for him.
Kind of looked like a cannonball almost.
Yeah. He didn't have enough. He didn't get high enough in the air to extend his body. Judges award 2, 2, and 2.
Next up, Hank. Hank will do dive 202A.
Next up, we have Hank. He's going to do a back somersault in the straight position. Very nice. Kept that straight position all the way through the flip. Judges awards 5, 5, and 5.5. Next up, Josh from Iona. He's going to be doing a reverse 2 somersaults in the tuck position. A little bit harder than the some of the dives we've been seeing, with a difficulty of 2.3. Ooh. Didn't quite get all the way around on the second flip. Again, he didn't get enough air to extend his legs to enter the water. Judges award 2, 2, and 2. Next up, we have Chris doing a back 1.5 somersault. Again, difficulty 2.3. Very nice. He got
Very
all the way
nice.
around on both flips. Well, actually, the flip, and then came back into the half the flip into the dive. Judges award 6, 6.5, 6. Now we have round 5 back with AJ Gunn. He's going to be doing reverse somersault. So he goes off the board and then does backflip. He got nice air on that to be able to extend his body all the way.
Looked very nice.
Judges awards 5.5, 6, 6.5. Next up, we have Gabe doing a back somersault. That was very nice. He got in the water, and you know there's like a good dive when there's almost no splash. He finished the entire dive, and you just see those bubbles coming up from the water.
Yep.
Next up, we have Andrew doing a back somersault with a half twist. You got the half a twist with both the flip in there. Very good, complete dive.
Looked very good.
Judges awards 5, 5, 4.5. Next up, we have Connor. Connor will be doing a forward 1.5 somersault. That was nice. He got all the 1.5 flip in there, extended perfectly into the dive.
Looked very, very nice.
Judges awards 5, 4.5, 4.5. Next up, we have Hank doing a forward 1 somersault with 2 twists, which will be difficult. Wow. He
Wow.
got both twists in there. I mean, kind of looked easy, but let me tell you, that's not an easy thing to do. Judges awards 6.5, 6.5, 6.5.
That was a very impressive dive by Hank.
That was Josh doing a forward 1.5 somersault. Judges awards 6.5, 6, and 6.5. Next up, we have Chris doing a reverse 1.5 somersault. Again, Chris, I mean, when he knows how to do his dive, there's no splash at all, and that's the one thing the judges like to look for. Judges score 7.5, 6.5, 7.
Very impressive.
All right, we have the final round coming up for this evening with AJ Gunn. He'll be doing an inward 1.5. Nice completed dive. Judges award 5, 5.5, 5.5. Next up, we have Gabe doing a forward somersault with a half twist. Nice, he got the twist in there, which is really important. If they don't get that twist in there, it's a failed dive. Judges award 4, 3, 4. Next up, with Andrew's final dive, a forward 1.5 somersault. Nice, he got that 1.5 perfectly. Entered the water straight.
Very nice.
Judges award 5, 5, 5.5. Next up, we have Connor. Connor will be doing a forward 2 somersault. Little over rotate, but it's still a nice dive.
I'm excited. Ready for spaghetti. That's gonna be delicious.
Judges award 4, 4.5, 4.5. Next up, we have Hank. Hank will be doing a back dive. Judges award 5, 5, 6.5. Next up, Josh from Iona. Josh Iona's final dive will be a forward 2 somersault. Little over rotated, but I mean, it's still, I mean, these dives aren't easy to do. Judges award 5, 5, 5.5. Last dive for the evening, Chris McLaughlin. He'll be doing a forward 1.5 somersault with a 2 twist. This is Chris's favorite dive. He loves to do this dive. again, he always nails that dive, and it's always so good. It's just a fun person to watch dive. Judges Award 6, 5.5, 6.
He is such a great diver.
Now, while we wait for the judges to announce the winners, we have the swimmers getting ready to start back up. When we come back, we will have the 100 butterfly, then the 100 free. But we're gonna take a quick break right now as the swimmers get ready to swim again. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hazlitt Swim Meet. Right now, we get ready for the 100 butterfly. For Hazlitt in lane 2, we have Santiago. In lane 4, we have Patrick Lamoth. In lane 6, Jose Perez. And lane 8, Taishi. For Iona, we have Jason Meyer in lane 3. And lane 5, AJ Canuck. There we have Patrick Lamoth in the lead. And Santiago in second. It's pretty close. All 4 Hazlitt swimmers are pretty neck and neck. Hazlitt, Pat, and Santiago are pretty much racing for first, and Jose and Taishi are racing for second. Or third and fourth, I should say. So in first place, we have Santiago. Second, Patrick. Third, Jose. Or Taishi. I think Taishi may have gotten third, and Jose gotten fourth.
Very strong performance by all Hazlitt.
Yeah, I mean, we got really strong swimmers on Hazlitt's team this year. Yeah, Taishi did come in third, and Jose came in fourth. Next up, we have event 7 with the boys 100-yard freestyle. For Hazlitt, we have Lucas Cairns in lane 2. Lane 4, Carl Leiprant. Lane 6, Joel Corson. And lane 8, Chris Jordan. There's only one Iona swimmer for this event, and that's in lane 5. There we have Lucas Cairns getting ready to step up on the block. Nice start to all the swimmers. So it's pretty close between 3 Hazlitt swimmers. Joel Corson is in first right now, with halfway through the race. So the final stretch of the 100-yard freestyle, we have Joel in first. Carl in second, and Lucas finishing in third.
Next up, men 500-yard freestyle. Lead lane 2 for Hazel, Lurch. Lead lane 3.
Next up, we have the boys 500-yard freestyle. The 500 is a really tough race. I mean, you have to be very well conditioned. I mean, you got to be smart about it too, because you can't just go out there and try and gun it. You'll just die within the first couple hundred. So for Hazlitt, we have, again, Hazlitt is only in the even lanes. All odd lanes is Iona. Lane 2, we have Josh Lurch. In lane 4, we have Ian McCabe. Lane 6, John Jess. This here is going to be a long race. Get ready for this. I mean, they have to swim 20 laps of the pool.
Results of men 6th, 100-yard butterfly. Finishing 5th for Iona Meyer. 4th for Iona Knopf. Finishing 3rd for Hazel Perez.
There on the top of the screen. Oh. We have Ian McCabe in first place with Iona's Cameron Lynch in second. Then in third, we have Josh Lurch.
Results of men 7th, 100-yard freestyle. Finishing 4th for Iona.
Ian is a very good swimmer in this race here. He's only a sophomore, but he's still one of our strongest swimmers this year. Ian McCabe is taking a nice lead here early in the 500-yard freestyle. So Ian is now halfway through his 500. He's working on his 11th length of the pool. Again, the 500-yard freestyle is 20 lengths of the pool. final scores for the divers just came in. Chris McLaughlin taking first with a score of 267. Hank taking second with score 216. Andrew O'Mara for Hazlitt taking third with 189. AJ Gunn for Hazlitt taking fourth with a 178. Josh Taylor from Iona taking fifth place with a score of 162. Gabe Nestor from Hazlitt taking sixth with a score of 125. And Connor Bennett from Iona with a 120. So now Ian is on his last 50 of the 500. The bell is rung right above the leader's lane to tell him he has his last 50. And here we come, Ian. Ian's coming in for the final thing. He's got that tied up for first. I mean, that was no questions asked that he was going to win that. Iona came in second. In third, it looks like we have John Jess. Next up, we have event number 9, the 200-yard freestyle relay. The 200-yard freestyle relays consist of 4 people swimming 50 yards each. So there are 4 Hazlitt relay teams and 1 Iona relay teams. In lane 2, we have Kenny Meadows, Caleb Green, Alex Mershak, and Augustine. In lane 4 for Hazlitt, we have Peter Sherman, Joel Corson, Matt Pekrifke, and Lucas Cairns. In lane 6 for Hazlitt, we have Carl Liprant, Santiago, Chris Jordan, and John Jez. In lane 8 for Hazlitt, we have Kyle Levine, Alex Lott, Justin Mershak, and Evan Sanchez. Yeah, in the relay, the swimmers just they go down and back, and once they hit the far wall, the next diver can now stand up on the block and get ready to go once the diver touches that wall. If you leave too early, then you get disqualified. So Hazlitt is in first, with Lucas Cairns just now jumping in to finish out. Lucas is now sealed first place. Looks like Iona will be taking second place. And of course, with Iona only having one relay team in this event, Hazel will be taking first, third, fourth, and fifth. Next up, we have event number 10, the 100-yard backstroke. In lane 2, we have, for Hazlitt, we have Garrett Lemansky. Lane 3 is Iona. Lane 4 for Hazlitt is Andrew Buman. Lane 5 for Iona. Lane 6, Brett Hewitt for Hazlitt. Lane 7, Raymond from Iona. And 8, in lane 8 for Hazlitt, Keith Barker, or Baker. No, Barker. There we have Brett Hewitt getting ready for a start. This is the race that Andrew was talking about earlier where he had to upset that guy from Iona, probably Josh Taylor.
He's talking or you actually talking?
In first place, we have Andrew Buman, and second place, Josh Taylor from Iona. There we have Brett Hewitt in lane 6. So Andrew finished first. Iona's Josh Taylor finished second. And Brett Hewitt finishing third for Hazlitt. So Hazlitt taking first and third in that event. Next up, we have event number 11, the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 2, for Hazlitt, we have Andrew Jones. For Iona, we have Dan Kessler. For Hazlitt in lane 4, we have David Lazinski. In lane 5, for Iona, Zane Thomason. In lane 6, for Hazlitt, Rory Walters. In lane 7, for Iona, we have Kyle Murray. In lane 8, for Hazlitt, we have Austin Cortell.
I beat Penn Butterfly.
So in first place, we have David Lazinski. He's got a nice lead out of front of everybody else. Then I believe in second place is Andrew Jones. David's heading into his last stretch of the race. followed by Drew Jones, then Rory Walters. So, yup, first, second, and third were taken by Hazlitt. Fourth place was taken by Zane Thomas from Iona. Next up, we have event 12, which is the final event. It is the 400-yard freestyle relay. Each person on the teams has to swim 100 yards, which is down and back, down and back. So we're getting ready here for our 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 2 for Hazlitt, we have Matt Pekrifke, followed by Keith Barker, with Lucas Lowndes and Ranga Mutatu. In lane 3, we have Iona. Lane 4 for Hazlitt, Peter Sherman, Joel Corson, John Jess, and Carl Leipert. In lane 5, we have Iona. Lane 6 for Hazlitt, we have Santiago, Chris, Jordan, Jose, and Ian McCabe. In lane 8 for Hazlitt, we have Ryan Cohn, Alex Mershak, Justin Mershak, and Jeff Carter. We seem to be having a few technical difficulties, or the refs are consulting about something in the back room. Oh, here we go.
Coming out now.
Yeah, the order I say the names is the order that they have to line up and go. So Hazlitt's starters for this event are Matt Pekrifke in lane 2, Peter Sherman in lane 4, Santiago Fashbro in lane 6, and Ryan Cohn in lane 8. Our anchors for each event, or for each lane, are Ranga Mutatu in lane 2, Carl Leipert in lane 4, Ian McCabe in lane 6, and Jeff Carter in lane 8. So in first place, we have Hazlitt's relay in lane 4. It's a pretty close race between Hazlitt in lane 4, Hazlitt lane 2, Iona lane 5, and Hazlitt lane 6. Right now we have Joel Corson about to jump in for lane 4, and Chris Jordan for lane 6. Hazlitt's taking a little bit of a lead in lane 4 with Iona in second in lane 5. Then Hazlitt in third in lane 6. In the water for Hazlitt in lane 4 is John Jess. No, it's Carl Leiprant. These are the anchors. Oh, I lied again. We still have
What are you doing in line all the time?
there we go. John Jess just now jumped in the water. Hazlitt's lane 6 is catching Iona's lane 5. He's now pulling out ahead. We have Carl Leiprant now jumping in. He is the anchor for Hazlitt's relay in lane 4. Ian McCabe's for lane 6. So Hazlitt will be taking first and second for the 400 freestyle relay. Then Iona in lane 5 will be taking third. So as it lanes relay 4 just now finished with Ian McCabe just now finishing for his relay. And we have Iona's Josh Taylor swimming in to take third place. Looks like Hazlitt relay number in lane 2 may have come in fourth. Yes, Hazlitt's relay in lane 2 came in fourth.
Bless you.
And now as we wait for the last few people to finish up that 400 freestyle relay, so Hazlitt's Jeff Carter will be finishing up here shortly in lane 8. There we go. Hazlitt's team this year is very team-oriented. There's not one person that won't swim at least in 2 events. And even if there's someone struggling from far behind, I mean, everybody cheers to help them out. I mean, it's a really nice environment to be around. And as we wait for the final results for this night's meet, Hazlitt will be doing their cheer shortly. And if you couldn't understand what they're saying swim, swim, swim. We had a lot of fun. Good job, Iona. Now we line up for handshakes. All right, thanks for joining us this evening. Hazlitt did win this meet. That's all tonight. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Corey.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.